Hello everyone, it's Molonil for Chicory, and today we meet for the top 17 mobile MMORPGs released on Android and iOS. I've picked great classics for you, but there are hidden gems not to miss. And of course there are other quality MMORPGs, so feel free to share your best discoveries with me in the comments. Come on, let's go. We start with the 17th game of this top, the MMORPG Ni no Kuni Crossworlds, released on Android and iOS in 2022. Carried by the magnificent animations of Studio Ghibli, the Bandai Namco license returns to mobile with a pinch of play to earn. Freshly arrived in the world of Ni no Kuni as a VR beta tester, known as Soul Diver, you then discover a surprising world with a distinctive graphic style. Customize your avatar and choose one of the available classes. Become a swordsman, a witch, an engineer, a hammerer, a rebel, or a scholar. Embark on an adventure alone and make friends along the way. Unlock powerful and cute familiars. Take a moment to decorate your farm and harvest resources to develop your craftsmanship. Ni no Kuni Crossworlds is an enchanting game that invites you to join a kingdom to take part in the world and its story with its MMO system. Netmarble's game also ventured into blockchain and NFT shortly after its release, and we wanted to include it in this top to present its unique graphic style and a recent play-to-earn game based on a solid license. And also, in play-to-earn mobile games category, we can also suggest Ragnarok Labyrinth NFT and Honor of Heirs. The 16th title in this ranking is none other than Lineage 2 Revolution, the mobile MMORPG that keeps growing. The franchise started in 1998. In the game, NCSoft developers are dedicated to providing a medieval fantasy world filled with vibrant life that players can explore either by walking or by riding their mounts. Lineage 2 may not be a revolution, but it has everything that makes a complete mobile MMORPG, with small-scale PvP combat, but also up to 50 versus 50. The varied game modes also invite you to test wave defense, boss fights, dungeons, raids, and other activities in the world of Aiden. There are also non-combat professions for you to engage in and additional character classes added from time to time. The reputation of Revolution is tarnished by pay-to-win, but it still offers a lot of content for MMORPG fans, and it has several million downloads, which strengthens its community. With The Legend of Neverland, the 15th MMORPG in this top, dive into a world with enchanting graphics, Japanese animation style, and a super peaceful atmosphere. Once your personalized avatar is made, start walking to the rhythm of animated cutscenes and crafted soundtrack, and explore every corner of the world. You are completely free to go wherever you want to uncover the mysteries of The Legend of Neverland. If you desire to increase speed, travel on adorable birds that nearly caused me to overlook the chocobos from Final Fantasy. On each trip, develop your power or take the time to live. You can fish, cook, gather resources, and even settle somewhere. In addition to the other players who populate the world, you will be accompanied by Meru, your personal elf, who will improve proportionally to your progress. Floral fairies can also be enlisted, and they will serve as support for you during the dynamic battles of the game. You have the ability to switch between the swordsman, ranger, scholar, and artisan classes at any time to dominate your battles. Take part in group PvE boss battles and PvP honor matches in The Legend of Neverland on Android and iOS platforms. I'm taking a short break in this top mobile games to ask you to subscribe to the channel if you like our content. You are sometimes many to watch our videos every week without following us, and your support means a lot to us, so remember to subscribe and activate the bell to not miss any of our videos. Thanks in advance to all those who will do it, and we move on right away to the next game of this top. In 14th position, we find AdventureQuest 3D. This cross-platform game on PC and mobile is emerging as a free proposition from the usual standards. Armored with nutty humor, cheesy wordplay, and all kinds of nonsense, AdventureQuest 3D also promises you the ability to change classes at any time and access cross-skills. Face fantasy mobs all weirder than each other, from the dragon to the vampire lord, through the Drickens, half chicken, half dragon, and the Frogzards, mysterious chimeras. Craft your weapons, fish in groups, adopt pets, or go PvE fighting to occupy your days in this virtual world that evolves with the seasons. In addition to seasonal and social activities such as raids or dungeons, this fantastic open-world MMORPG offers challenging courses, and some are even rather hardcore. With such a difficult world under your feet, you will be relieved to be able to transform into a bird, dragon, and other flying things. AdventureQuest 3D brings its humorous touch and frees the player of the MMORPG on Android and iOS. 13th in our top MMORPGs and third in our list of the best open world on mobile, it's Ark that stands out. In the Jurassic era, you land in your underwear without weapons or resources on an island in a primitive universe. To survive in this hostile world, You can choose to go on the adventure alone in solo mode to enjoy dark survival evolved at your own pace, or with hundreds of other players on a persistent server. The game has over 80 types of dinosaurs and other creatures to discover, capture, raise and train to complete tasks and even use as mounts. So, like a highly motivated hunter-gatherer, you will have to farm natural resources in dynamic ecosystems in order to craft tools and evolve while developing your makeshift shelter. In multiplayer, you can also form tribes. This allows for meeting people, gathering the strength of survivors, and even building entire cities. With new clothes, weapons, and items, you will be able to obtain a sufficient arsenal to face dangerous predators and perhaps join the Ark. Ark Survival Evolved is a huge open-world MMORPG available for free on Google Play and the App Store with a Prime All Pass. As a follow-up to the MMORPG Iruna Online by the publisher Asobimo, Toram Online takes the same mechanics and similar gameplay with more modernity. Come to the aid of the inhabitants of this fantastic world in which you play a young adventurer who has just arrived. Discover the world based on your desires and explore the cities, caves, and landscapes of Toram. Forge bonds with endearing NPCs, loot or buy your weapons thanks to the player-driven economy, and constantly progress towards new heights. Face various monsters such as volcano wolves, goblins, or treehands, which make up the fantasy world of Toram. Discover its lands full of side quests, crafting, pet breeding, and personalization of its personal instance of a house. Invite or join other players to discover the world of Toram Online as a group on Android and iOS. 11th in this list, Tales of Wind will make you the chosen one of its virtual world. Start the kawaii adventure of this old-school visual action MMORPG with your cute character. Alternate clothing, companions, and creatures to cultivate your unique fashion in addition to your abilities. After mastering the battles, learn to seal monsters in power cards. Accumulate loot in PvE and PvP driven by your strength alone or that of your group. And speaking of that, that's where Tales of Wind breathe. The game doesn't just settle for basic MMO activities. Instead, it offers a whole range of social activities such as running, shooting, quizzes, and many others, up to 20 different game modes. In the base game, you have the opportunity to participate in tasks as a duo, share a farm, and even get married at the church if you meet your virtual soulmate. With your partner and the rest of the members of the server, progress the story, join a guild, and participate in large-scale PvP battles in GVG. Tales of Wind will certainly appeal to fans of classic MMORPGs, and we can also recommend similar titles like YS Online The Ark of Napishtim. In 10th position, discover or rediscover MapleStory M, a colorful, cartoon and kawaii MMORPG. In the center of this retro game, which is full of nostalgia, you will embody an explorer after selecting your class as Mayor, Corsair, or other special characters. Explore a cute game with well-crafted grinding mechanics on a classic MMORPG model that includes missions, raids, bosses, side activities, and socialization options. Experience Maple World on your mobile device, collect rewards in the idle game, capture monsters, cook mouth-watering meals, adopt up to 3 pets, join a guild, and transform your appearance with the plastic surgery service. There are many activities available in this 2D side-view MMORPG. When playing with your guild, delve into dungeons or battles, and with your group, go on expeditions or enjoy seasonal events to vary your MapleStory M experience. In the well-known worlds of Wakfu and Dofus, we discover the mobile game DOFUS Touch in the 10th position. In this vibrant game created in France by Ankama, select from 15 classes and start on a nostalgic adventure. This vast MMORPG offers you raids of all kinds, dungeon conquests, quests and battles that allow you to increase your abilities. Join a guild, practice a profession, and actively engage in the economy of the fantastical open world with questionable humor in Dofus. Many challenges, PvE and PvP await you there, and I'm not talking about scams or bots. The title stands out from other MMORPGs with its turn-based tactical combat system. In the world of the 12, start a quest for the legendary dragon eggs named Dofus, and discover this cartoon universe full of epic battles. Through quests and loot collection, try to reach the famous level 200 to be able to enjoy the endgame content. Develop a farm, collect companions, discover your backpack, and constantly optimize your build. Discover Dofus as a free-to-play on mobile to experience a unique and nostalgic adventure in DOFUS Touch on Android and iOS. In 8th place, we find Summoner's War Chronicles. This cross-platform title between mobile and PC invites you to freely explore the universe and monsters of the famous license powered by Come To Us. In-game, if you know Summoner's War, you'll be overwhelmed by fan service and an interesting adaptation of Sky Arena's features. The continents to discover form a lively and cute world. The game is mostly played in automatic mode and is a bit outdated technically, but offers a depth based on a decade of highly advanced crafting theories for Summoner's War. The monsters are varied. The possibilities of runes and compositions are almost endless, and there is always something to do to keep busy between PvE resource gathering dungeons, ascension towers, raids, and cooperative dungeons, PvP, side missions, and temporary elements throughout the day. Summoner's War Chronicles benefits from major partnerships just like Sky Arena. This is the right time to discover Chronicles as Comtus continues to boost the esports activity around these titles that certainly have not said their last word on mobile. 7th in this ranking, despite its overly greedy pay-to-win launch, Diablo Immortal is the winner in our top MMORPGs with the cross-platform PC and mobile option. Dark and well-executed hack and slash with extensive content, abusive monetization practices are insufficient to remove it from the map and hinder its ranking in this top. On the narrative side, you dive into the Blizzard franchise between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 and discover an original story. No news from the Archangel Tyrael, likely fallen. Humanity pays the price for its actions. You're exploring new lands of the Sanctuary in the new MMORPG of the Diablo series. Choose between the Barbarian, Crusader, Demon Hunter, Monk, Necromancer, Wizard, or new classes added gradually to prevent Diablo's minions from using corrupted fragments of the Worldstone. In PvP or PvE, develop your build your stuff, and face major enemies like the Skeleton King, Baal, or the Glacial Colossus. All the darkness of Blizzard's MMORPG action finally reveals itself as free-to-play on Android and iOS with complete endgame content. However, the game has been banned in some countries because of its loot boxes. In 6th position, Dragon Raja spreads its wings with a beautiful open world with almost endless possibilities. What delights players of this MMORPG is the customization of the avatar and its style, but also the different gameplay paths for your social life, your career, or your combat style. The Dragon Raja universe is enhanced by realistic collisions and motion capture to give a real consistency to its virtual world. Define your personality, your clothing style, and everything about you with multiple custom options. Become a star, a slightly street unknown, or a ravaged fighter. It's a bit chaotic on the screen during battles, but the game really convinced a large part of the mobile community by shaking up the open world freedom upon its release. Visit iconic places around the world virtually, face bosses, and choose the fighting style that suits your personality best to progress to the endgame. Dragon Raja is a free MMORPG on Android and iOS, and you will need at least 5 GB of free space to be able to explore this fantastic social universe freely. Initially appeared on Steam, RuneScape, 5th in this top, immerses you in the fantasy world of Gielinor. In the heart of the 6th age of the world, meet new comrades in arms and prepare together for a great crusade. Optimize and develop your character to anticipate battles against major bosses and participate in all regular game events powered by updates. Learn to master 30 unique skills. This very old-school title will particularly appeal to fans of old-fashioned RPGs, longer and more laid-back, who appreciate above all the depth of gameplay. The title offers a subscription that unlocks more content for the biggest fans of the franchise. But you don't have to follow the easiest path for heroes. You can also extend your passions to cooking, resource gathering, logging, gardening, forging, rune crafting, creature summoning, farm management, or dungeon exploration. According to RuneScape itself, this title is an ideal MMORPG that can accompany you all day on a second screen with a great depth of lore for a license that has continued to expand for 20 years on PC and now on Android and iOS. Undawn is found in 4th position. In Undawn, in addition to being able to meet Will Smith, you have many activities to keep you busy. On PC and mobile, enjoy a cross-platform survival open world that will definitely remind you of the good aspects of life after. With Tencent's power to dominate its market, Undawn doesn't come empty-handed. In the game, a blend of PvE and PvP is enforced against a backdrop of an apocalyptic wasteland. 4 years after the devastation of the world, explore different biomes with deserts, ruined cities or swamps, each with their own fauna and flora. Survival experience punctuated by weather cycle of snow, rain, and other inclement weather makes survival more complex. To try to last as long as possible, you will have to keep an eye on your survival indicator gauges, such as hunger or mood, like a wild animal. Moreover, just like a summit, you will be entitled to a personalized appearance and a shelter that you can transform into a castle if you feel like a builder. Survive the infected, interact with players, and enjoy a variety of stylish weapons and vehicles. along with your tactical drone, to create chaos in the lands of Undawn. Tencent's survival MMORPG also offers Grand Prix racing modes, matcha combat, or group music composition to vary the pleasures for free on Android and iOS. On the third step of the podium, in this post-apocalyptic sci-fi universe, you embody an amnesiac recruit on the planet Ida, the refuge of humanity after the overexploitation of resources on its original planet. The title of Level Infinite is illustrated by its gameplay and exotic universe, which leaves a great place for theorycraft. But the combat and exploration systems also offer various mechanics. By traveling the world and facing the various enemies that hide within it, you can trigger bullet time by dodging at the right moment, chain your opponents with devastating combos, and even unleash ultimates for an explosive result. This cross-platform mobile and PC MMORPG in an open world offers gameplay and graphics reminiscent of those of Genshin Impact, but with a good dose of multiplayer added. The game universe is also quite different, as this title mixes fantasy and science fiction in an action-packed and exploratory cocktail. In Tower of Fantasy, each weapon embodies a character and their fighting style. You can then switch weapons during combat to trigger explosive unleash combos with the game's characters or your own avatar. The strength of Tower of Fantasy, in addition to its very complete living world, is to offer constantly renewed content with quests, regular events, puzzles, and temporary bosses. The open world shared between players is filling up and expanding with large extensions and important collaborations. Second in ranking, Black Desert Mobile is nothing but the adaptation of the successful MMORPG on mobile. Once again, amnesiac, like in many games where you have to discover the world from scratch, you start your journey with the avatar creation screen and its ultra-precise settings. Once the details of your appearance are finely tuned, you are ready to take your first steps in Black Desert Mobile with a unique combat class and powerful fighting animations. With each blow, it's the satisfaction of a well-executed fate that presents itself to you. But it's not just the fight and the main quest that matter in a hero's life. In addition to your war activity, participate in fishing, trading, and resource collection from the world, among many available activities. In solo, assert your dominance in 1v1 duels against other adventurers, and in a guild, conquer maps in different confrontation modes with tactical objectives. Black Desert Mobile is a must-play MMORPG with beautiful visuals, a highly detailed world, frequent content updates, and new classes constantly being added to its roster. Finally, the game that stands out on top is Albion Online. The saying that clothes don't make the monk doesn't know Albion Online's impact. Here, you are what you wear, so be cautious with kangaroo briefs.
Wow!
No, conversely, the game diverges from the traditional class system to enable you to combine gear and weapons in unique combinations that impact your entire combat style. Unlock additional skills in the general tree and craft more advanced stuff as you make progress. The cross-platform open world of Albion Online welcomes you with its PvE mechanics in safe zones and its PvP for extreme skiers on red and black slopes who are not afraid of having everything looted from their corpses. But if you are more of a capitalist vulture type than a scavenger on the corpses of your enemies, you will certainly benefit from the player-driven economy. Save up in order to establish your farm in a small village or even on a private island, and employ workers to handle all the gardening or animal husbandry tasks on your behalf. And when you're not busy making your hard-earned money grow, you can go on an expedition. Participate in 1v1 or 5v5 battles to prove your talent, or join a guild and conquer the world on Android and iOS. Albion is one of the most complete and affordable MMORPGs for free-to-play players, with a monstrous amount of freedom and content from early to end game that will definitely satisfy you for at least a few hours of gameplay. And there you have it. That's the end of this top list of the best MMORPGs on mobile. I hope you enjoyed it, and if so, don't forget to like, comment, and share the video and subscribe to the channel. See you soon.